Okay, so before I begin this review, I do have a small update for you guys. I hope you won't think little of me when I tell you that this review is going to be shorter than all the other reviews I've done thus far. Just a tiny bit.
I'm 14 years old, I am pretty. I am a teeny tiny girl, little lady.
Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy, and welcome back to Studio Ghibli Month. We still have 4 more films we have to get to before the month's end, as well as 3 special videos I have planned for you for Studio Ghibli Month. So that's 7 videos in under 3 days. I think I can do that. And to start us off, I'm here today to review the film The Secret World of Arrietty, or The Borrower Arrietty, or just Arrietty for short. Whatever you want to call it, I'm reviewing this film right here. And joining me in this review is my special guest, fellow YouTuber, and lovely friend from across the pond, LeahHather. What's up, Leah?
This may come as a shock to some, but before this film, I was a Studio Ghibli virgin. The Clock family are 4-inch tall people who live anonymously in another family's residence, borrowing simple items to make their home. Life changes for the Clocks when their daughter, Arrietty, is discovered. This is certainly a different adaptation to the 1997 rather loud version of The Borrowers starring John Goodman and Jim Broadbent. Arrietty is perfect if you want to drive into a state of tranquil. This film is just so calm and gentle. After I finished the film, I just felt like I was floating on air. It is visually stunning. Even the fine details is immaculate. The way it represents nature is just breathtaking, down to the drops of rain and the sun shining on the ground. You can almost smell the grass. This is a wonderful film for both adults and children, as it is full of heart, and the main character, Arrietty, is a beautiful character for audiences to relate to. Now, I watched the UK dubbed version, which was just delightful. Saoirse Ronan provides the voice of Arrietty, and it just makes her 10 times more likeable. Tom Holland, Mark Strong and Olivia Colman give voices to the other main characters. Arrietty is a lovely, calm animation, and so I must thank you for inviting me to review this film, as it was just a beautiful introduction to the world of Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, Leah pretty much summed up my core feelings for this film. It's a very simple and innocent tale following a young boy named Sean who goes to his great aunt's house during the summer and encounters a small individual named Arrietty. And he's so curious about her, he wants to learn more about her, and she wants to learn to become a borrower, and they have this encounter and they kind of slowly form a bond. It's cute, it's sweet, it's a nice, soothing film. At this point, it should really go without saying that the animation here is fantastic. I especially love the colors. They really pop out in this film, especially when you see the garden and you see just the landscape in this place. It just looks beautiful. It makes me kind of want to have a yard again. And it's through its animation and art that the film does a great job at showcasing the world that these borrowers live in. It's a tough, cruel, large, terrifying, yet fascinating one. I was truly entranced by the life that these borrowers lived. That one scene where Arrietty goes on her first borrowing trip with her father was actually my favorite part of the film, because you get to see things through their perspective, how they see the world and the lifestyle they lived, how they go gather their supplies, all that stuff. I wanted to see more of that in the film. Sadly, that's the only time in the film that you get to see it. Another element to the film that stood out was its score. Definitely unique and different from the other Studio Ghibli film scores thus far. And that's because it was made by this woman right here. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but she's the one that did the score for Arrietty, and she definitely left her mark on this film, and she did a great job. I love the Celtic sound that she gave to this film. It felt like I was on an adventure. And the characters, for the most part, I really enjoyed, with Arrietty being the strongest in the entire film. No surprise there. I loved her spirit, her spunk, her personality, her curious nature. She was definitely a fun character to follow in this film. And while Leah saw the UK dub for this film, I saw the American dub done by our friends at Disney. And I have to say, it's not the best dub that they did, but it is a serviceable one. The only irritation I had with the dub is that all the guys kind of talk the same. Very toned down and soft. They would talk like this all the time, and it wouldn't be that expressive to me. It just kind of sounded like this, while all the women characters were very expressive in their tones. And I was like, why are the guys very mellow and calm and they all talk like this as if they're talking slightly above a whisper? But all the girls are very loud and expressive, and they're like, oh, oh, ooh, huh. I mean, Amy Poehler plays a character in the film, and every line that she says, she's like, oh, ah, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yet her husband, played by Will Arnett, he goes, yeah, that's right. I'm Will Arnett, and I play Arrietty's father. Fun. Anyone who's ever seen Will Arnett in a movie, a TV show, or doing voiceover work knows how energetic and expressive the guy is. To hear him voicing a character like this just seems kind of out of character for him. Maybe he was trying to challenge himself, or maybe that was just the direction he was given, but it just didn't fit Will Arnett. And now it's time to discuss some of the issues I had with the Secret World of Arrietty. And the biggest one is that the film is very uneventful. Not much really happens in this film. It's one of those beauty in its simplicity type stories like My Neighbor Totoro and Ponyo. Coincidentally enough, all three were written by Hayao Miyazaki. In fact, this film definitely feels a lot like Ponyo, and I think it suffers from the same problems that Ponyo suffers from. Having a very intriguing story, but there isn't much of a conflict happening in said story. There is stuff happening, don't get me wrong, and there is a conflict, but it doesn't feel like a major conflict, like a life-threatening, oh my god, things are gonna get worse for us type conflict that we need to resolve immediately. It just seemed very simple and easy to solve. And because of that, the engagement level to the story, at least for me, was rather minuscule. Get it? Because it's about tiny people. Oh my god, Tony. I thought you got it all out of your system at the beginning. What the hell? Another issue I found is I wish that there were more interactions and encounters between the borrowers and the ones they call beings, aka human beings. I mean, you do have some good encounters, especially when it came to Arrietty and Sean. They have about 4 interactions, and all 4 of them were really nice. They're very touching, and I like those moments that they shared with each other. The problem is that they were so brief. I would have loved to see them explore a little bit more of the interactions, the relationship between these two. Again, they establish a really good relationship and friendship between the characters already, but again, it just would have been nice to see more of it. And the final issue deals with the character of Sean. In the film, Sean has a condition that he discloses to Arrietty that I felt didn't really serve much of a purpose to the story and to its characters. It felt very tacked on and unnecessary, just a way for him to sorta kinda relate to Arrietty and to have some type of sob story for the character. But honestly, if you were to take that condition out of this film, nothing about the film would change. So why even put it in the film to begin with? But overall, while it is flawed, The Secret World of Arrietty is a fun, simple, and enjoyable film, and I will give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's an enjoyable film. But as always, guys, we're not the end-all be-all opinion when it comes to The Secret World of Arrietty. We would love to know what you guys thought about the film as well. Did you absolutely adore it? Is it your favorite Studio Ghibli film? Do you treasure it? Or did you find it really boring and stupid, dull, you just couldn't get into it? And let me know, what is your favorite film about tiny people? Comment below, let me know. And I want to take this time to personally thank my special guest Leah, who was formerly known as Bright Eyes, Long Lashes. You might recognize her. Thank you so much for being in this review. I really treasured it. Stay tuned. More awesome Studio Ghibli Month videos are on the way. In fact, you have 6 more on your way. Count them, 6 more. So get excited about that. And as always, guys, if you'd like to support the Black Critic Guy just a smidge more, why not donate to my Patreon account? Link is in the description. And if you'd like to send me any fan letters, send it to this P.O. box right up here. And if you'd like to see more Studio Ghibli related videos and be a part of the Black Critic crew, please hit that subscribe button below. Like this video if you really enjoyed it. And I'm Tony II, the tiny person known as the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.